Jobs UK as a company, and then we'll be able to help you find the suitable placement for you. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒌 Properties is another company of 𝒂𝒊𝒏 that functions in the UK relating to real estate, buildings, etc. Moving on, for all of you who's actually raising your hands, we will have a question and answer session by the end of this. We're going to be here, Lee is going to be here, so we're going to answer as many questions as possible. So if you can just hold your questions till the end of the presentation so we can give more attention to that and answer these questions. Okay, great. Moving on. So how this is going to work today is, first, I'm just going to give you a little bit idea about studying in the UK, maybe from my own experience. Then we've got Lee, who's going to tell you how it is to study in the university. We're also quickly going to brief on how is it that you can apply, what are the documents that we need to start your applications. We'll be taking information on the courses and universities. We will be dealing with scholarship and other services that you guys will require after you reach UK. And at the end, we will have the Q&A, right? Moving on. Right, studying in the UK, like I said before, I'm somebody who studied in the UK about years ago, so I am an alumni, so I can speak from my own experience. I believe that every one of us who's joined here today has different reasons for coming to the UK, right? So I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and, go abroad, see how education is. I wanted to do something that I was very, very scared to do. So I took up a management degree and I went to the UK. And the experience that it gave me was 100 times more than what I ever expected how it's going to be. It's going to be similar for you guys as well. So you might have tons and tons and tons of reasons for going to the UK. Maybe your sister went or your cousin went or somebody else went and they're doing really, really well. But how it's going to benefit us as a student, how it's going to impact us as on our personality and the kind of people we are is going to be so immense. And we need to understand that UK, when you graduate from UK, you're having that degree in your hand, not just something that you can apply just in UK. It's going to be accepted worldwide. Every single teaching approach that they use in the UK are more real-time experience. So the basic idea of any student who comes or wants to go to the UK is always about, I want to get a really good job. I want to build a career out of it. So what is it that you need other than your degree that's going to help you build a career out of it? You need problem-solving skills. You need your aptitude. You need your motivation. You need your leadership skills. There are so many things that you need to build that career. So degree is just one of the factors that you guys will need to build that dream career of yours. Everything else. So let's look at UK education as something that's wholesome, right? We're going to get the best of education, best of teaching methods, and at the same time, we're going to be developed as an overall individual, right? Develop critical thinking skills, creativity, confidence that employers actually look for these days. So you might have a really great degree, but if you don't come with the other factors that I just mentioned, what are the chances that you're actually going to be very, very successful? And that's what UK is actually going to offer. You will have a lot of volunteering and dissertation opportunities that you will have. I would request and advise all of you to start looking for it at the beginning of your course and not wait till the last month to do it. So because every student that's actually studying with you are very competitive, we need to bring that competency as well. So when you go see what are the dissertation opportunities you can get, there are so many student councils in the UK within the universities that can help you to understand what kind of volunteering opportunities do I have? Do I have an internship opportunities with this course? So make use of that opportunity that is given to you. So you're actually making something great out of coming to the UK. There are over 500 British Council accredited schools, colleges and universities throughout India, throughout the UK, and UK English language qualifications have international recognition and it is valued across the world, guaranteed. Moving on. Why choose us? Why is it that you want to be associated with 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒌 group of companies? Why you want to go to UK through 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒌 study abroad? As I mentioned before, British Council, we are a British Council approved agent. Career counseling. Why is career counseling very important for students? Because the next stage of you studying is your career. So after you're done with your studies, the next thing you're going to focus on, the next step that you're actually going to take is to find that job. Now, how about somebody who's really, really great with movies or arts or music is going to be put in a course in management or accounts because somebody else has done it, or somebody has advised them to do it because it's a really great course. What are the chances that person's actually going to do well in the course and even later in the career? So it's very important for you to understand what are the things that I can do in career, or what are the things that I want to do? What kind of jobs do I like, or what are the skills and competency that I have in order to do a certain job? So let's take all of that and find out what career is going to be best suited for you. It's very important that you have somebody with experience to tell you what are the courses available to you other than management and other than accounts or other than engineering. What are the wide spectrum of courses that I can be exposed to? And from there, where can I build a career? So it's very important that you do have somebody with that kind of competency telling you or suggesting what is best suited for you, so you can make an informed decision about your future and your academics. Direct university partnership, which means we are directly associated with the university. So the time frame of going through somebody is eliminated here, because it's you, us and the university, without anybody in between. 100% visa success rate. I don't need to stress on how important it is to have that visa in your hand so that you can fly to the UK. Over the last years that we have functioned with international students, we've been very, very proud and very happy that we've got 100% success rate when it comes to student visas. We will be providing you with all sorts of assistance that you need with your application, your scholarship and visa processes. We will have different teams and different consultants helping you at different stages of your application process, so you don't have to worry about it and do it by yourself. You will also be given post-arrival assistance, let it be with accommodation, let it be with anything. For example, if you wanted to change your visa into an employment visa, if you want to bring somebody into the country on a visiting visa, if you want an immigration advice, if you want a legal advice, anything, you name it, we will have a team that's going to extend our support to you even after your enrollment. Like I said before, wide variety of universities with absolutely thousands of courses available to you right in front of you, and we're going to help you to choose the right one for you. And it's absolutely a cost-free service, so everything will come to you as a package, and you don't need to worry about what it's going to cost you, because it's going to come with zero cost, right? Moving on. So how is it that you apply? How is it that we take things further? Is our consultants will sit with you, find out what your interest is, what your skill is, what your aptitude is. Let's combine all that and let's find out what is that possible course that we can take, taking our future career prospects into account as well. So it's not just coming here, let's just do this course, let's do that course because everybody's going for this or everybody's going for that. Let's first focus on all these three factors, because that's what's going to help you things in the long run. When you're 35, you want your interest, you want your skills, and you want your aptitude to be applied to what you're going to do. So we're going to help you combine all this with an element of what course is going to be best suited for you and what are the career opportunities that's going to come in front of you if you're going to take this course. Registrations will be done by us, but you'll have to submit your 10th, your 12th, your degree certificates, your CV, passport copies, and IELTS copies for all courses where IELTS is mandatory. Then we will be applying to the universities on your behalf, and we will be doing the follow-up on your behalf and then coming back to you with whatever the update is and what is the stage of your application. Moving on. So starting from application assistance, moving on to mock interviews. Mock interviews is nothing but an interview that is not real, but set in a real setting, which means for those who are attending interviews for the first time in your life, you might not know how it is, or what are the things to say, what are the things not to say, how is it that you appear for an interview and things like that. Mock interviews is going to help you find out how it is going to be to face a real interview, which is going to help you have probably calm nerves before you go in for something that you're not familiar with. So you have that exposure. We will be setting up direct university interviews. We will be doing the weekly follow-ups. Compliance check will be taken care of, where all your documents will be checked, verified, and rechecked before it is being sent to the universities. We will be taking care of visa processing. We will have a pre-departure briefing, which is similar to this, where we all come together on an online platform, and we will have pre-departure. It's like an orientation program that we do. We will be providing assistance with travel and accommodation for all students necessary. We will take care of the pastoral care. Like I said, if you want a part-time job, or if you want to bring your spouse on a visiting visa, if you want to change your course visa to an employment visa, if you want to do another course after you've completed the course, so anything that might come up in a student's life, we will be more than happy to take care of it. Okay, moving on. These are the partnered universities that we are currently partnering with. We are currently working with lots and lots of universities, thousands of courses available at different universities combined. So if there's anybody who has something in particular in mind, you can always drop us a question, and we'll be happy to take care of it at the end. Moving on. Just a quick update about University of Bedfordshire. We do have Lee here, who's going to give you a wider aspect into this, but I'm just going to give you a brief about it. It's a prestigious university with more than 100 years of excellence. University has student internship schemes designed to develop your skills, enhance your CV, and again, real world experience. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is what you need when you come into the universities to study. Real world experience, and not just something that is very limited to your libraries and very limited to your books. Research Excellence Framework in 2021 offer a wide range of programs in law and business, art and design, engineering, mathematics, physics, computing, nursing, and many more. These are the campuses that Mphahleke mentioned before. Quick idea about the scholarship. There is an international scholarship of £2,500. Merit scholarship for undergraduates with an entry qualification score of 112 UCAS, tariff points or more, or equivalent to the scholarship, which is worth over £2,400 over 3 academic years. Then there's a bursary for all undergraduate students with entry qualification, again 112 UCAS, tariff points or equivalent, and bursary is worth £1,500 over 3 academic years, right? If you've got a doubt, we can sit with it and break down so you'll understand what exactly is the scholarship amount that's gonna that you're going to be given, right? Moving on. So this is what the university looks like. I'm pretty sure Lee has a wider idea and wants to present his presentation as well. Moving on. These are just the student testimonials, like Matthew said at the beginning. I'm not very sure if you guys can see it. However, these are people who's doing fantastic in the UK, who's made that right decision, and they want to share their experience with you. They've had similar journey, just like myself a few years ago. They've had that journey that you're possibly going to go through in the next year. It will be fantastic for you guys to read it and understand how it was for them and how we were able to be a part of their journey, right? Moving on.
Hi, I'm Sarah Thomas, and I'm now a student in 𝒍𝒊𝒏𝒌 University, Wales in UK. I'm doing Bachelor's in Adult Nursing Honours. I'm here because of 𝒖𝗹𝗹𝒃 Consultancy. They had guided me a lot throughout my application process. I want to express my sincere gratitude towards Binu ma'am and Anju ma'am and to everyone in the agency. I had many obstacles throughout my application period, but they helped me a lot to overcome this. And thank you so much, guys. Looking forward for more. Bye.
Hi, my name is Sibi. I worked with 𝒖𝗹𝗹𝒃 Consultancy for my postgraduate studies in the UK. They've guided me through each stages of the process, including the CAS interview, which is the credibility interview, and the visa process. Everyone I approached were so helpful, and finally I'm in UK now. Thank you for all the support, 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 consultancy.
Hi, എൻ്റെ പേര് മീനു ജോസഫ്. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഈസ്റ്റ് ലണ്ടനിൽ MSc പബ്ലിക് ഹെൽത്ത് വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയാണ്. ഞാൻ ഈ ജാനുവരി 13th UK വന്ന ആളാണ്. ഞാനിൻ്റെ പ്രോസസ്സ് എല്ലാം ചെയ്തത് 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 കൺസൾട്ടൻസി വഴിയാണ്. ഓഫർ ലെറ്റർ മുതൽ നമ്മുടെ പ്രീ ക്യാസ് ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ, ക്യാസ്, പിന്നെ വിസ പ്രോസസ്സ് എല്ലാം അവർ വളരെ വൃത്തിയായി തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ചെയ്തു തന്നു. നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ എപ്പോഴും എല്ലാ കാര്യത്തിനും സപ്പോർട്ടും എല്ലാ കാര്യവും അപ്ഡേറ്റും ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് പിന്നെ ദോസ് ഹു വിഷ് ടു സ്റ്റഡി ഹിയർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഓഫ് ഈസ്റ്റ് ലണ്ടനിൽ പഠിക്കാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന കുട്ടികൾ എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതാണ്.
ഹായ്, ഐ എം ആദിത്യ. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ഇൻ ഡയബറ്റിക്സ് ചെയ്യുന്നു ഇൻ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഓഫ് ചെസ്റ്റർ. ആൻഡ് എൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു ഡ്രീമായിരുന്നു ഇവിടെ മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളതും. ഇതെൻ്റെ ഫേവറേറ്റ് കോഴ്സാണ്. ഞാൻ ഒരുപാട് ആഗ്രഹിച്ചെടുത്തൊരു കോഴ്സാണ്. ആൻഡ് ലുക്കിംഗ് ബാക്ക്, എനിക്ക് ഏറ്റവും താങ്ക്ഫുൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളത് ഏലൂർ ഏജൻസിയുടെ അടുത്താണ്. എൻ്റെ ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ, അതിൻ്റെ ബാക്കി പ്രോസസ്സിങ്, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് വിസ സമയം, ആ സമയത്തൊക്കെ എന്നെ ടെക്നിക്കലിയും ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തു. പിന്നെ എനിക്ക് എന്തൊക്കെ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ അറിയേണ്ടതായിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു അതെല്ലാം കറക്റ്റ് സമയത്ത് എന്നെ ഇൻഫോം ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു. എനിക്ക് എപ്പോഴും അങ്ങോട്ട് വിളിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതിനേക്കാളും എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വിളിച്ചിട്ട് എന്നെ ഇൻഫോം ചെയ്ത് പറഞ്ഞു തരും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് വിസ, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ എത്തിയതിന് ശേഷം അവർ കോണ്ടാക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഇപ്പോഴും എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും തിരക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ എപ്പോഴും അബ്രോഡ് പഠിക്കാം എന്നുള്ള ഡിസിഷൻ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും അധികം നമ്മൾ നോക്കുന്നത് ട്രസ്റ്റ് വർത്തി ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഏജൻസിയാണ്. അതെനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ ഒരു 100% ഗ്യാരണ്ടി എനിക്ക് തരാൻ പറ്റും ഏതൊരു ഏജൻസിനെ കുറിച്ച്. ബിക്കോസ് എനിക്ക് എല്ലാ തരത്തിലും ഈവൻ ഇമോഷണൽ സപ്പോർട്ട് വരെ പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. ബിക്കോസ് എൻ്റെ ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ടൈം കുറച്ച് ലെങ്തി ആയിരുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് സോ അത് എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്.
Hello everyone, my name is 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 and I am the student ambassador of 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 Study Abroad UK. Currently I am doing my masters from Northumbria University, which is in United Kingdom. I would like to talk about my experience with 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 Study Abroad UK with you guys. Well, after completing my bachelor's degree in computer science, I chose to work for more than 2 years just to get a working experience. And after working for over more than 2 years actually, I made a decision to pursue my masters. But like most of you guys, I felt I was not familiar with this process, the application process, and I was unsure which university to choose. So it was at this point my cousin introduced me to 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 Study Abroad UK. So initially I filled out a form from their website, and shortly after submitting that, I was contacted by the 𝒊𝒏𝒏 team. They provided me with a clear and concise information about the different steps involved and the documents that are necessary for the successful application. So when the application process started, during the application process, we had something called the SOP, that is the statement of purpose that I was supposed to submit. But I felt it as a challenging task since I had no prior experience or knowledge about how to write an effective SOP. But the team at 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 Study Abroad UK really helped me with this. They provided me guidance on what to include in my SOP and what to avoid. So with their help, I was able to write a well-crafted SOP. I was able to highlight my strengths, aspirations, and qualifications in it in the most appropriate way possible. And the team also assisted me in sorting out the necessary documents and filling out the application forms for various universities as well. They even clarified every single question that I had. They were ready to answer it at any time. And very shortly, I received my unconditional offer. And after that, it was next the pre-CAS interview. So in 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 Study Abroad UK, they conduct mock interviews which will help you boost your confidence and you will be able to perform well in your interviews. So I was able to perform really good in my pre-CAS interview and I received my CAS as well within a very short period of time. And next step is the visa application process. So that was really
I was very nervous about the process, but at 𝒂𝒹𝒃 Study Abroad UK, they have a dedicated team who will take care of your visa application process. So they'll help you out, and they'll ensure that there is no risk taken, and they're very efficient as well. And it's all thanks to 𝒂𝒹𝒃 Study Abroad UK. I received my student visa, standard student visa, and I received it within less than 2 weeks actually, which is really very fast. And it's all thanks to 𝒂𝒹𝒃 Study Abroad UK that I'm able to pursue my dream of coming here and doing my masters. Thank you so much, 𝒂𝒹𝒃.
Yes, that's all from us. Lee, over to you.
Thank you.
You're most
Hello,
welcome.
everybody. My name is Lee Allen. I'm the International Recruitment Manager for Africa and India here at the University of Bedfordshire. I know some of you will have some questions, but we'll do them at the end of this short presentation. I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully you can all see that screen.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the University of Bedfordshire. I'm going to talk to you about where we are. So I'm currently based in Luton, which is there on the map, just north of London. We're about 50 kilometres, 30 mile north of London. If you was to take a train from St Pancras, which is the main train station in London, you could come straight to Luton, and you can also go to our Bedford campus. That same train line will actually also take you to Gatwick Airport, and it will also take you to the south coast of England to one of our seaside resorts called Brighton. So on one dedicated train line, you could go from campus to an airport or to the seaside on one train. We're also close to Heathrow. If you was to take a taxi or a coach, a bus from Heathrow to Luton, it's about 35 miles. And if you was to go by train, you would take the train from Heathrow Airport into London and take the train from London up to Luton. So we're very well placed in proximity to London, but also to the rest of the UK. Very easy access to Manchester, where my friends at 𝒂𝒹𝒃 are today. I'm about 3 hours from Manchester, but also Birmingham. As you can see on the map, you can get the train to Sheffield. Lots of easy access to experience the UK. The University of Bedfordshire is also close to Luton Airport, and Luton Airport opens up the gateway into Europe. So a short, very easy accessible plane trip to France, Belgium, Germany, Holland, and further afield as well if you're interested, and you can do all of your travel across Europe on what they call a Schengen visa. So the student experience and the access to the UK and European culture from Luton and Bedford is really, really open to you should you want to take part. I've worked at the university for 12 years now. Over the 12 years, we've invested about £300 million in our buildings, in our infrastructure. I'll talk to you about some of these buildings shortly, but some headlines. Our new science, technology, engineering, math building opened in late 2019. That was about £40 million. In the picture there, you can see our library opened in 2015, and that was £46 million. A £34 million campus centre, £85 million student accommodation. We spent £20 million on a postgraduate building in 2012, and we've also spent £5 million on our fashion school, which has our art and design programmes, for example. Luton is the main campus, but we also have another campus at Bedford. We have a campus in Milton Keynes. Excuse me. And we also have a small nursing campus in Aylesbury as well. These are some of the pictures. So this top picture here, the funny shaped building, that's our postgraduate centre. This to the side of that with the gold and silver buildings, that's our student accommodation at Luton. And I'll talk to you about student accommodation in a moment. One of the things that we do pride ourselves on here at the university is more than a degree. And that's about coming to university and having fun and being involved in university life as well as doing your degree. And there's a picture of our student union cafe in Luton, and we've spent £1 million in our student union facilities as well across 2 campuses. STEM, engineering, science, technology, engineering and math is a growing industry across the globe, as primarily in India. If you consider that you're putting satellites up around Mars now, for example, and all the work that you're doing in computer support, IT, etc. But STEM globally is on the increase. So we've invested heavily in a brand new building. Opened in 2019 and then was closed for 2 years because of the COVID pandemic. So opened again in 2022, brand new building. All of the equipment inside is of the highest spec. And here we run everything from engineering, so automotive and electronic engineering, for example, all the way through our computing courses, computer science, networking, etc. And then up to the science courses, so microbiology and that type of thing, and then going on into the laboratories, which you can see there on the top floor. Really exciting programs and all at a very good, affordable rate for students who want to study in STEM. Spoke about the library briefly, 7 floors. Our libraries are slightly different. We also have an e-library, which has about 250,000 ebooks, as well as the 154,000 printed books and journals we have on site. We also have lots of study spaces, and across the university we have about 916 study spaces. When you come to study at the University of Bedfordshire, we are a practical learning university. So you will be working in groups, you'll be working on your own, you'll be doing lots of research, you'll be doing lots of presentations. So we have lots of group study, silent areas. We have our cloud room, which is a boardroom design, where you could be doing a presentation to a board of directors, for example. So lots of different opportunities and lots of different ways of doing your research, doing your learning, and doing all of the study that comes with that as well. As a university, we also have 50 laptops available at any one time. So if you have an IT problem, for example, with your personal computer, you can either come onto campus and use one of the 530 PCs that are available, or you can hire out a laptop and take it home and do your work from home on your laptop. So lots of different opportunities to support you with your study at university. When I talk to students about coming to the UK, completing their degree to the highest standard they can, graduating, and then looking at going on into post-study work or working somewhere in the world. We work so well with 𝒊𝒏𝒌 because they have the same ethos as we do, which is why it's really good that the counselling services are in place to make sure that you choose the right degree for you. Don't come with the mindset of choosing a degree that is easy or choosing a degree that will get you the best job, because you are destined to failure. Choose a degree that you are excited about. Choose a degree that you are interested in. Succeed, pass your degree with the highest results possible. That makes you more employable. So the counselling service that's offered by 𝒊𝒏𝒌 is strongly linked to the advice that I give to students from around the world about making sure you choose a degree and a university that's right for you. Not every student is going to want to come to study with me at the University of Bedfordshire. I want students to come to Bedfordshire because they like what we have to offer. So I want you to have that mindset and have that process all the way through your application process. Choose something that excites you, choose something that you're really interested in, because you will have a better experience. To make sure you have a better experience, we offer university accommodation to students. And the reason behind that is it's peace of mind. Luton and Bedford are university towns. There is lots of student accommodation available. Some with private landlords, some with multinational companies, some with friends and family. And it can be really difficult coming to another country and understanding and making sure that it's affordable, making sure that it's safe, making sure that it's everything you want it to be. 𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒌 offer you a service where they will help you with accommodation, and we at the university do exactly the same. This is our accommodation, so we know it's a high quality, we know it's safe, we know it's good value for money. Our accommodation is all inclusive, so all of your bills are included, including your Wi-Fi, including all of your bills, including your contents insurance. So if something was damaged, etc., it's there's an insurance there for you. Also, they're safe and secure, and that's not to say that Luton is a dangerous place, but it's there for peace of mind. It's there to know that you've got no strangers around you. Everybody around you is a student at the University of Bedfordshire. Also, we, as part of the More Than a Degree, they have on-site gyms, and at Luton, they even have an on-site cinema as well. So everything is there for the student. All you have to do is buy your food. Pictures there of the accommodation. So that's a standard room, which would cost you about £120 per week. There you have your own double bed, your own private shower and toilet, but you share the kitchen and you share the social area. And the reason we want it to be shared is we want you to make friends with other people. We want your university experience to be one that you remember for the rest of your life. And we want the friends that you make to be friends that you keep in contact with 5, 10, 15 years later on. These are potentially people that you could do business with. So sharing accommodation, but having your own private space, we feel is the best option for you. Now, where we said about food, if you average your food spend, say £20 per week, you're going to be able to eat perfectly well and study. So if you consider £120 a week for living, £20 a week for your food, that's £140 a week. If you are working 20 hours per week, which is what you're allowed to in the UK, you could be earning around £200 per week. So you can actually make a saving of £60 per week. And then with that, you have money to go out and spend. You could travel down to London, etc., etc. That's by using university accommodation and living in Luton. If you was to live further away in, say, London, you have to add on your travel expenses, so taking the train to London, from London to Luton. So the £60 a week that you're saving, you're going to be spending on your travel, and you have to allow more time coming onto campus. So when you're thinking about where you're going to live, we would always encourage you to live close to campus. I would like to say your better option is living on campus. But what you need to remember is part of your visa is you can only live a maximum of 1 hour, 60 minutes travel time away from campus. So when you're doing your research into university, think about where you're going to live as well. Now, we spoke about more than a degree. More than a degree could be being involved with our student union, being part of the India Society, for example, or being part of an interest group. So if you like computer games, if you like multimedia, if you like different cultures, anything that excites you and you feel is fun, I'm sure we have something here to help you. We even have our own radio station. So if you like being on the radio, if you like music, if you're into Bollywood, you could have your own radio show as part of Radio Lab. You don't have to be doing media to have your own radio show. We've had business students, we've had psychology students, we've had lawyers all doing their own radio shows as part of their degree at Bedfordshire. You could also be taking part in sports. The Bedfordshire Bulls is our competitive sports teams, everything from rugby, football, cricket, netball, basketball, tennis, badminton, etc. And you could be representing the university in the national sports leagues as part of the Bedfordshire Bulls. So I always say to students, get involved in university life, make new friends, get involved in the different things that are happening, because these not only give you a better cultural experience, but they actually make you more employable. And the reason they make you more employable is because you have a story to tell about your time at university. 4 schools at Bedfordshire, the Bedfordshire Business School, which covers everything from accounting and law for all the business management and project management degrees. Creative Arts, Technology and Science, CATS, that's probably our most diverse programme. So it's everything from the arts, art design, through all of the technologies. So that's all the computing type degrees, and then on into science, biomedical, biotech and that type of thing. Health and social science are our nursing programs, psychology, public health, social work, that type of thing. And then education and sport, which is mostly at our Bedford campus. And that's, for example, our Masters in Education and all of our sports degrees, strength and conditioning, and that type of thing as well. And we also now do a lot of football management programs and FA football degrees as well for anybody who's interested in that. So like Ella was saying about there are thousands of degrees that you can do in the UK. There are hundreds of degrees you could do with us at the University of Bedfordshire. And it's about you doing your research and making sure that you find a degree that you want and excites you. We're here to help. We want you to have a smooth student journey to the University of Bedfordshire. We want you to have a good experience. As well as being a student, you're a customer. So we have a dedicated team at the University of Bedfordshire in our international office, which is where I'm based today. We have about 63 members of staff, and we cover everything from recruitment, which is people like myself, all the way through the admissions process. We then have a visa advice team here as well, but we all have student support as well. So everything from a student who's looking for additional help with their studies, students who are homesick, and at some point you will be homesick. We have people here to help. People here to guide you with making an application for post-study work, the graduate route. We want you to have a good experience. We want to make things as easy as possible for you. So we have our own dedicated team here in the international office at the university. And even though you may have become a student, I'm still here as well. You're still one of mine, for an easier word. My nickname in the university is Uncle Lee. And students still come and see me once they're here studying if they're having problems, and we will find people to help them. And I still in contact with students from 12 years ago on LinkedIn, for example, and we still keep in contact, and they still come and ask me for advice even now. So really, really important that you feel supported. It's really, really important that you have access to everything to help you succeed. The only thing you need to do is want, and you need to want to succeed, and you need to want to have the help. As a university, we have exactly the same ethos across the whole of the university. Student information desk is there as another place you can go to find out some student advice, student welfare, money matters, mental health, disability, lots of different things that we can help you with through our student information desk. If you're coming here as an undergrad, we have a peer-assisted learning program. So our second and third year students are there to help you as first years, help you settle in, help you find your way to class, help you look at the right books and the right information. And within our library, we have our PATs, our personal academic tutors. Now, these are not course tutors, these are not teachers, these are specific to your academic studies, specific to your course, and these are based in the library. So when you're in the library doing your research, you have academic tutors who are there to help guide and support you with things like referencing, for example, with things like taking information from books and what you can and what you can't use, and making sure you choose the right books. So lots of people in the university are here to help you succeed and be the best you can be. Now, COVID, for example, is still there. I don't think COVID will ever be eradicated. When you are leaving for the UK, it's important that you attend ELOR's pre-departure. But equally, as a university, we have our pre-arrival webinars. So lots of information is given to you, not only by ELOR, but also by the University of Bedfordshire. And I would encourage you to go to everything that you are asked to, because there's no such thing as not enough information. But also go and look at the university websites, go and look at the government websites, and also go and look at your airports, your aviation websites as well, to get information about COVID, coronavirus, and travel to the UK. You cannot do enough research, because we don't want you to make a mistake. We don't want you to have a problem in your travel. And also, we want your journey to becoming a student to be as smooth as possible. We will send you lots of emails. Make sure you read all of the emails carefully. Make sure that you send us the information that we ask for. And if you have any problems, reach out to ELOR and they will guide and support you as well, or they will come to us and ask us the question on your behalf. Go and have a look at the website. Go and have a look at all the great things that are happening at the University of Bedfordshire. Our main website has all of our latest updates, but also have a look at us on Instagram, have a look at us on Facebook as well, and get a feel for the things that are happening at the university. So that is us. This is University of Bedfordshire. And I'm here if you have any questions. Thank you.
Good. And yeah, and I can add, recently few students are passed out from Bedfordshire, especially nursing, and they all placed and they approach us for the help. We done their helping, and they are like 4 or 5 students. They started the NHS hospitals. Okay. Yeah.
So how would you like to do the questions? I think you've got some in the Q&A and some in the chat.
So thank you, Lee, for that presentation. I believe everybody who's joined in has found it very, very useful. Thank you so much for that. As Lee said, if there's anyone who wants to ask further questions, everything related to this university, their courses and scholarships, Lee will be more than happy to take. If it's anything regarding your process or visa, then I've got myself and my team who can take that. So you do have something called a chat option at the bottom of your screen. You can just type in your question and we'll be more than happy to answer. I think I already have about 1 or 2 questions. I'm just going to go with that one. How much will it cost all in total? I don't know the name of the person who's typed the question, but if you can be a little more specific about what is the course that you want to do, then we can answer in terms of what the cost will be. I have another question, Mr. Lee. I do have a BRP card and my visa is under dependent category. And I'm currently pursuing +2 in India and I'll be back to the UK the second week of May. So do reply the requirements of nursing. And I also have a doubt, since I have a BRP card, do the university will be considering me as an international or a home student?
That's not an easy one to answer without seeing the BRP card and without looking at my team for additional information. So what I would say is work with Elor, send me over all of the information, and I will get our visa team to have a look at your visa situation, your BRP situation, and advise you from there. But it's not the type of question that I could answer easily without actually looking at all the background information.
Thank you, Lee. Matthew, do you have anything to add on this, or would we need to see the BRP card to?
Yeah. They can send all documents to our consultant, then we can verify and we can do it.
All right, brilliant. Thank you. I have one more. Heard about full scholarship nursing programs in the UK. Does your university provide it?
We don't provide a full scholarship, no.
Yes, we do have universities, so please send your documents. So Government of Wales is sponsoring for nursing program. So please send your documents and our consultants will guide you.
Thank you, Marion, for taking that. I have a few more questions. What would be the total cost of BSc nursing?
Is that for me or in general?
I think that's for you, yes.
Okay. So your course fees per year, you're going to be looking around 14,000 per year. So 3-year course. So that's, what's that, 28, 38, 42,000. Plus you need to have 9,200 per year living costs available. So there's probably another 27,000. So you're probably looking 60,000–70,000 pound over the course of 3 years. And that's a BSc nursing, which sounds expensive. But if you then passed and went on to become a nurse, your starting salary is between 25,000 and 30,000 pound a year. So 2 years starting salary for a nurse, you've paid for your course. And you've got a future degree and you've got a future career. And it's within the NHS, which is then globally recognized. So my advice to everybody is you're making an investment in your future. And this is something that your families want to consider as well. You're not just looking at, and this is where I come back to making sure you study something that you enjoy. If you are looking to get a degree to earn money, that's the wrong process. Look at it as an investment in your future. You're going to have a 20–30 year career. If we talk about nursing in the NHS, starting salaries are around 25,000. I think the top people in the NHS are earning over 100,000. You have to start as a nurse to work your way through the system. So if you then look over a 10 or 15 year career and you've started as a nurse and you've ended up as a senior consultant or a manager or something like that, you would have earned 5–6 times the course of the fees for the course. So think carefully about your investment in the future. And also, you don't always have to do an undergrad. You could do your undergrad in your own country, and then you could come to the UK and do a master's. So it's really about sitting down with one of the counsellors, thinking carefully about your financial situation. Are you going to take out a loan? It's your family got lots of land or property? Sit down with the team. They will work with you and then make the right offer for you.
Thank you, Lee. Also, they want to know if maths and IELTS is mandatory for BSc nursing.
For us, yes, and for masters as well. And the simple reason behind that is, from a math perspective, you're going to be drawing up medicine. you're going to be drawing up, and you're going to be making calculations to give medicines to people. So you need to be able to add up and subtract. The English level, we use IELTS because that's what the NHS in Bedfordshire have asked us to do. You are going to be taking instructions in English from a senior nurse, and you're going to be giving instruction to colleagues. You're going to be giving instructions to the patient themselves. So there needs to be an understanding and a quality level of English. We ask for 6.5. That's a 6 in each band, 6.5 overall.
Thank you, Lee. I have another question of a student who's going to take their +2 this month end. I'm interested to apply for BSc nursing. Am I eligible to apply for scholarship up to +2?
Yeah, everybody can apply for a scholarship. University of Bedfordshire, we have a guaranteed £1,000 scholarship. It's called the VC scholarship. And then depending on your results and depending on what you want to do, there's others available from there, but we'll guarantee you £1,000 straight away.
I would like to know that if part-time job is available for nursing course, I would also like to know if that help will be provided from the university or 𝒂𝒹𝒃 consultancy in finding a part-time job.
Okay, part-time jobs in nursing are really difficult. You wouldn't get a part-time job in nursing because you're going to be spending 50% of your degree working in the hospital. We are practical learning. So you're going to be doing some classroom stuff, but you are going to spend 50% of your course actually working in a hospital in full nurse's uniform, branded with the University of Bedfordshire. What I would say about part-time work, especially for nursing, is don't get lost doing part-time work and forget your degree. What I would also say is if you do find you have time for part-time work, you're going to be doing that more in the care sector, so working in a care home and building that experience that way. But you will also, as a nurse, be working shifts. So you need to focus first on your degree and making sure that you're attending your work in the hospital, because that is part of your learning, okay? Don't get lost in the part-time work and miss out on the bigger picture.
Right.
I've got another question. If just to add on to what Lee said, if you are looking for part-time jobs, 𝒂𝒃 can assist you with that. We do have teams that functions in the healthcare sector. So if you are looking for a part-time job and you're having difficulty in it, please reach out to your team and we'll make sure that we connect you to the right people within the organization who can support you for that. Okay, just adding on to what we said. I've got another question. May I know whether it's advisable to choose nursing after BSc degree, or what career options would you suggest for a student who has already pursued BSc zoology and wish to pursue masters in the UK?
Okay, for the University of Bedfordshire, zoology would not get you onto a master's in nursing unless you've got work experience working in the health sector or a care sector. So zoology, it meets the science criteria, but we would be looking for about 600 hours of work experience working with human beings, without being too blunt, because they're the people that you're going to be working with. If you haven't got that experience, maybe look at public health. So you could use your science background, your zoology background, and go into the public health, but also be a little bit more creative. Look at things like microbiology in public health. If you consider coronavirus, which they potentially say come from bats, using your zoological background and having a public health degree as well, that's going to get you jobs in the healthcare sector, in NGOs and places like that, where they are looking at these specialties at the moment. So it's really about, do you really want to be a nurse, or do you just want to use your degree to get something in the science background And it is then also about what work experience you've got.
Thank you, Lee. I have a student who wants to know if they're from a humanities background, can they apply for a nursing degree?
It pretty much comes back to what I've just said there. We at Bedfordshire will look for a previous degree in a social, life science or medical background. So it depends what type of humanities they've done. And then it will also depend on their work experience about going for a master's in nursing. If they want to come and do an undergraduate, they just need to have their math and English.
Thank you, Lee. I've got Praise Gigi, who wants to know the next steps. So like I explained, we will be sharing our contact details. You can get in touch with our consultants and they'll help you. So if you already have your results with you and you have completed your 12th or your graduation, then the next steps can be explained in detail and in person. I'm just going to the next question so that we cover everything. So please do reach out to our consultants and we'll be more than happy to support you with the next steps. I've got another question. What is it like doing psychology undergrad in Bedfordshire? What is the running there with psychology and future? I'm guessing future, he means career prospects
Okay.
In psychology. Yeah.
I know some of the guys in the psychology department. Again, it's very practical learning. So you'll be doing tests on each other. They have some special hair nets that they put on where they do brain function and that type of thing. So psychology degree here is really popular. It's really, really good and really exciting, very hands-on. The psychologists I know have gone on to lots of different things. I've got a psychologist student who finished with me and went on to do business psychology. So she was actually looking at consumer psychology and how, for example, different types of music in shops made people think differently and buy differently. She was then looking at how media, how brand awareness was making people think about, oh, I should really go and buy that. So she went on to do her master's and is actually now working in a university using her business psychology in a student scenario. I know other psychologists who've gone on to work in the NHS as psychologists and then working in communities with mental health and those type of things. So psychology as an undergraduate is the foundation to take you wherever you want to go. You could be working in the healthcare sector, you could be working anywhere around the world as an NGO. I mean, obviously we've had recently some big disasters in the world. They have a psychological effect on people. Mental health is linked to psychology now. So psychology, the future is so wide and broad, it's whatever you really want it to be. Within our departments here, within the university, there is part-time jobs in Luton working with, for example, a charity that works with school children. There's a charity that works with people with mental health. There's charities that work with the homeless. All have a psychological department and all have people and opportunities available. So psychology can be whatever you want it to be. Globally, so many jobs around the world now with psychology, as well as within the NHS.
Thank you, Lee. I do have time for just 2 more questions. So one of our students wants to know, they have completed their bachelor's in commerce. They want to do an MBA. So will they need to have work experience to do the MBA?
No. Okay. As long as their bachelor's has been completed to the high level, to the highest, so we're looking for over 55%. I think what I would say is, why do you want to do an MBA? So think about that. Why not do international business as a master's? business, I come from the business world, so business can be a progression, or you can bypass and go straight to an MBA. Think about what you want to achieve and why do you want an MBA. If you're looking at going back to India and working in one of the big companies, yes, you might need an MBA because that's recognized as being the standard they want. And this will all come out in your personal statement, and LOs will help you with that. Think about it's what I was saying. An MBA is really hard work. An MBA is the elite at the moment in terms of a degree. Are you confident that you're going to pass an MBA, or would you be better doing a master's in international business and then doing an MBA? Go away, get some more work experience, be a manager, and then come back. So it depends on you as an individual, depends on your career path. Try not to put yourself under so much pressure. Talk to the team, have some proper consultation, and they will guide you from there. But yes, you can come to us and do an MBA without work experience.
Thank you, Lee. I've got one last question. I've got a few students who's asking me what is the minimum mark requirement for maths if they have to apply for BSc nursing?
They have to have passed.
Great.
So 60%.
Okay, so I guess that's all for me. I don't know if Marion has any questions or Daniel has any questions in their inbox. I've covered everything that has come in, I believe.
Yeah, done.
Yes, Laura, you have covered everything.
All right, great. Thank you, Marion. Matthew, should we wrap then?
Yeah, we can wrap. Our time is finished. Yeah. Thank you for coming, everyone, the webinar, and a special thanks for Leland. We are lucky to have your presence and very clearly explained about all questions and answers. Good. Thank you all. Thank you.
And thank you, everybody. Thank you to the team. Good to see you again. Look forward to seeing you again soon. All I would say as we close, just remember, enjoy your student journey wherever you go. And make sure that work with the consultants, be open and honest in what your wishes and aspirations are, and let the team help you find the right university for you. Okay, so really good friends, really good experience over there, and with the team up in Manchester. We work very closely together, but it's all about you now. It's all about you making the right decision for yourselves. So thank you for listening. Hopefully we'll see more of you coming to the University of Bedfordshire, but most importantly for me, I'd like to see more of you coming to the UK and having a great experience while you're here. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time, and look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lee. Just a quick update on everybody who's coming. Thank you so much for coming in. It was a lovely interactive session. We have another 3 more webinars coming up in the month of March. Like Lee said, it's about choosing the right course and the right university. So if you want to attend a few more webinars before you decide, please go ahead. There's so much of opportunities in the UK. We have one of the biggest UK education expo coming up in association with AILOR is conducting that on the 15th of April from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Cochin at Radisson Blu. We've got 20 plus universities directly coming and meeting the students. So it's not just an expo. We'll be dealing with accommodations and pastoral care or travel. We'll be having so many discussions that's going to go on this 15th of April. It's a huge event. I really hope at least few of you can participate and get to know the university in person. So that's all that's from us. Thank you, everybody who's joined. The team who's organized, Daniel, Marin, all the team leads and all the team members. Fantastic. Lee, once again, thank you so very much for your time, for answering these questions. It was lovely to see all you, dear students. All the very best. Do reach out. We're here to help out. All the very best, guys. Good day to all of you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.